Growing up in a small town, I learned that connections go beyond blood. They're built through shared experiences, friendships, and the moments we celebrate together.
Part of your neighborhood is your ward, and you worship together, and you do things together to serve each other.
Yeah, so I grew up in Compton, California,
Okay.
and the Watts riots happened in '65.
Okay.
I was 14, and my parents moved us out to Orange County. Our ward building was right across the street from Knott's Berry Farm.
Okay. And so due to a clerical error, I'm a conservative and not a liberal. So we had students from Tahiti and Fiji and Tonga and other places in Oceania. So we used to have people come to our services there at the college because we had the only services in English on the island. And it was on a Sunday. I was asleep, or mostly asleep, in the congregation, and I felt something nudge me, and I awoke, and there was this really beautiful young woman playing her violin, and that was Katie Bell. And at that moment, I had this really strong impression that I should get to know her, and I did.
Hey, girls are intimidating sometimes, especially the ones you like.
It took us about an hour to make that connection after we got there. Once they realized I'd gone to high school in Tonga, they had lots of questions about that. And so once that bridge was crossed, I was accepted. Anyway, that's how we got together. We're still together,
Almost 52 years.
Almost 52 years. May 24th, 1974.
So she told me how to get involved, and I put my application in, and so I'm the first person in my family line to
ever be
connect
involved.
to an American patriot in the Revolutionary War. We help the veteran, we help active military families, and we also are involved in preserving historical sites and records, which goes along with genealogy, family history that I love. And one of my really favorite things to do is to speak at the naturalization ceremonies. And it's just really thrilling to be there and see them take their oath and realize that, gee, I got this just because my parents were here and I was born here. And one of my favorite things has been, I gave a presentation to my mother's assisted living place in Linden a few years ago, and we had a patriotic program for Veterans Day, and honored all those veterans that were at the assisted living place.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I played my violin for my mother because she didn't get to hear me play very much.
Yeah.
And one of the men, the veterans, came up to me, hobbled up to me after the program and thanked me for playing.
But I've accompanied her to D.C. a number of times now, and while she's in her meetings, I'm hiking around D.C. taking pictures and seeing things that it's always nice to have something to do when you're at this age.
Sure.
And she is blazing the trail.
Yeah, you're supposed to retire. Come on, but you're just staying busy. Just keep doing stuff.
But as that usually works out, the Lord has other things in mind for you. And so the company I was working for, change of management, and I could tell they didn't like me anymore. So I started looking around, and I went to work for some friends in Dallas, and that didn't work out either. Mm. So one evening, after a particularly caustic long-distance phone call, I decided that was it, and hadn't been able to find it, and that the job was mine if I wanted it, and I was, okay, I'll take it. They could not go a day without a software build failure in their release process. And if you underestimate, it could take 6 months to get more hardware. Excuse me, you're going to cut this out. There are things happened there that could only have happened through revelation. The church is building temples faster than FamilySearch can keep up. Anyway, they're doing everything they can. The rest is up to us. My wife has a name that we've been searching for 52 years. We have never been able to find. For example, who do you give the photo album to?
Yeah, you can only give it to one kid.
That's right. But if you give it to FamilySearch, then you can give it to everybody. So when winter came, and not even that late, as soon as the harvest was done, they realized that we're going to starve.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
So my grandfather set up fishing operations on Utah Lake, and they fed the saints for that year. So you're not going to discover them if you don't start.
All the time. Like when I have hard days, I just think, I come from good stock. I can get through this. We sat there in the tabernacle and he was playing, and then all of a sudden he started to play Come, Come Ye Saints. And to this day, I can remember how I felt as he started playing that, and Reid could say the same thing. We just felt like our ancestors were right there with us in that tabernacle, and I felt just close to them. So I just think that we're all here to have a purpose and to lend that strength onto the next generation. I will just stay in the boat because I have faith. That's where I want to be.
But it wasn't during that interview that it became clear to me that I had not been in charge of my career, that the Lord had been pushing me the direction I didn't really want to go. So that by the time I got here to FamilySearch and interviewed, I had all the skills I needed to solve the problem that the Lord needed to have solved. I'll share something about me that's occurred over the past 2 years. In April of 2024, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And we are truly blessed to live in a time when all the medical marvels are starting to unfold, so to speak. But the message I want to deliver is sometimes miracles don't come through ministrations of the priesthood. Sometimes you have to go through the trial.
Sure.
So miracles come in multiple ways. Someone can lay their hands on your head and maybe perform that miracle for you. But if we didn't take advantage of the medical information that's out there, we'd be depriving ourselves of many miracles that could have been made.
Remember, every person here has a unique story, and together, we're what makes Lehi feel like home.